the videos from this week and also the lecture talked about how our society is largely being shaped by technology, by the lecture talked about YouTube, also social media, anything related with the web. And I think that when you look at what we post, when you look at the pictures, videos, comments, tweets, whatever it may be, you see that the pictures all have, not all of them, but a lot of them have a filter. Or a lot of the comments, we are constantly thinking, okay, what are my thousands of Facebook friends going to think when they see me post this? And I think it honestly becomes this huge, it's just a stage. We're always on this stage when we're on our social media. And it's like, okay, what are you going to post? What is everyone going to see? What is everyone going to think? And I think that's a huge part of our generation is the things that we are posting on these websites. And I think that kind of ties into my opinion on the videos, which is that we are the minds behind the machines and that our ideas are literally coming to life before our eyes. And I think the advancements are huge and they're great. And I think as future teachers, we need to embrace that and pass that on to our students instead of holding back, because obviously by the time our future students are grown adults, our world's going to probably be even more advanced than it is now. And so in order to keep our students up to date on things, we're going to need to embrace it and just teach it and go with it rather than holding back or keeping things how they always should be or whatever it may be. And I think that's important for us to embrace it and pass it on to our students. The podcast that I listened to was called Teaching for Mastery, Not Just Test Scores. And it talked about how we kind of shepherd students. First of all, we shepherd them based on their age group. And then in that age group, we shepherd them into thinking at one pace. And it talked about how that obviously doesn't work because students learn at different paces. They need different things to grasp the concepts. And so it talked about how we need to get away from just going to where we teach everything at one pace and where we adapt our exercises and build, be able to build mindset and master the concepts rather than just being able to move to the next subject, the more advanced subject, because that's when the students get left behind. That's when they get disengaged and lose interest because they aren't getting it. I thought that different tools that can be used in the classroom, technology related, could be blogging, could be used to familiarize students with the concept of journaling, and that also could be tied into what to and what not to post on the internet. I think that's important for kids to learn. I also think like the wiki websites can be used to bounce their ideas off of other ideas, and it uses more general-based knowledge from other students to where they can actually understand the concept rather than big sciencey words that they would read in a textbook. Then also the podcast obviously can be used to make presentations and get comfortable with being able to just talk about a certain topic and have their knowledge poured out and just share their opinions and their knowledge on the subject rather than just typing it up or anything like that. In my opinion, social media is hard to talk about as far as whether or not we should expose it to younger kids. And in my opinion, I think it should be the least amount possible. Like I said earlier, I think we should teach them what to and what not to post on social media at a young age, and they need to get that concept as soon as possible. But in my opinion, I think the best age for the kids to actually have those social media and everything would probably be at least middle school, if not high school. And that's just what I think. I mean, I don't know. I just think it's a maturity thing, and it's, I don't know, you see little, very small children with technology right in their fingertips. And it's great. It's great that they, like I was saying earlier, it's great that they have these advancements, but at the same time, I think we kind of need to be careful how much freedom we give them at a young age, because it's easy for them to get irresponsible with it. Oh, and the bookmarking website that I used was the Delicious one. And so far, I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty easy to use where you just bookmark stuff, and I think it'll be really helpful. And I think these bookmarking sites are really helpful to be able to keep track of what you're doing and not lose important websites or information that you might need later on.